I'm Maggie from Back to the Land Living, and today's video I'm really excited to show you guys our cabin siding. So we started working on this quite a while ago. Currently we have snow on the ground. It is the end of November. However, we started this back in the fall. So for our siding, we used hemlock boards. They are 1 by 8 and then about 8 feet long boards. And we decided to go with board on board. So that is kind of like board on batten, which is more common. However, board on board is just the two boards that are the same size going on one down and then one kind of raised up on top of it. Hemlock and not cedar is because it is cheaper. So cedar is a bit more of an expensive wood, and hemlock is also water resistant like cedar. The reason you use cedar outdoors is because it is more waterproof, and hemlock has those same features. It will still go gray. You don't have to do any like staining to it. It was fine to be left. However, it's at a lower price point. So that's why I went with hemlock. The reason we decided to go with board on board is because we wanted that shiplap vertical siding look without having to router all the pieces of the boards. So you can get mills that do this. However, we did not get it from a mill that did. We got it from a family member who has a mill, and we're so thankful to keep it in the family. It's really nice so we can have that. But the wood we could get were just plain boards, so we decided to go with this, and I'm really happy we went with it. I am so much happier than I would have been with shiplap because this is more unique, and I don't actually see it as often in my area anyways, and it's not quite as trendy, and that way it will age better, and I want it to still look nice even in 50 years. So I'm really happy with this look, and it went up a lot faster than the shiplap would have that we would have had to cut out and router, so it went up at a pretty good pace. So to do this siding, what we had was we had our board, and then we put a spacer board, a little piece of wood in, and then another board, and that way we had the right spacing for when we put it on that top board to make that back and forth look. And to do this, we overlapped about 3/4 inch on each side. So since the boards were 8 inches wide, we minus 1.5 inches from that. So it was about 6.5 inch spacers for that spacing board. Trim, we used a 2x4 piece of cedar, and we just cut it down to the right size. We tapered it a little bit so that the water would shed off and not sit on the window ledge. And above the windows, before we put the siding on, we put on a plastic drip edge just so that when the rain comes down, it doesn't go in behind the siding and cause damage. So that way it just keeps everything nice and watertight. up our siding. I'm so thankful to my dad and grandfather who helped us with this a lot. We only got the first half done before me and Eric had to go somewhere, and when we got back they had finished the front of it for us, so we had to start it on it, and we were trying to get it all done before winter came, and when we got home they had the front all finished. So we're so thankful for all the help we have on completing this project. So I'm really happy with how our siding's turned out. I'll be excited when it gets all done, but for this year, I'm really glad that we have 2 sides done and it looks so pretty coming down the road. Now that our siding is completed for this year anyways, we're going to be moving on to the inside of our cabin to work now that it's cold here in New Brunswick, Canada. And if you want to see more of our cabin built and see how it comes along, we'd love to have you subscribe and follow along with our channel. So thanks so much for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.